Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews. I'm going to move that camera closer. This is Colt 45, but we've done it before, so you say, why are you doing it again? What's the point? Well, it's changed because it's got a new producer.
It's got a new brewer with a whole different philosophy on how to brew it.
This is coming from City Brewing now.
Thank you, City Brewing.
And they're located in Wisconsin, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and California. And they have the contract to brew the beers for Pabst.
And we're going to taste see what this is all about.
It's 5.6.
Same alcohol content as it's always been.
Colt 45
works every time.
Yeah, came onto the market in 1963. They claimed it was named after a football player, but I think most people know it was named after the weapon. But you can't name a beer after a pistol, so it came up with this little pretend.
Dixie
story.
Beer had a Dixie 45 at one time.
Same thing, and it didn't last. So, but whatever the case, you know, it was originally produced by a company called National Brewing. They went out of business. They got bought by, I think it says Heileman, and then Heileman got bought by Stroh's. Stroh's got bought by Pabst.
Wait, this is Colt 45?
So it's been bought by, it's been made by many people over the years. It's been passed around.
Like that special girl, you know.
Well, let's not say things like that. Okay, it has a white head and a clear golden appearance. So it looks the same as always. You always had that kind of frothy white head and that golden appearance.
Cheers. I don't know how you can screw up the appearance.
Well, some people do. Okay, nose, well, it's honeyish.
Honeyish?
Yeah, like honey top, like that Sara Lee honey top bread.
Oh, here we go, bread again. Bread does not smell like honey.
Well, if you get Sara Lee honey top bread, it does, because they put honey on the top of the bread.
When was the last time you had Sara Lee honey top bread? What year?
Well, my father gets it sometimes, so when I go to his house, sometimes he'll have it. He's like, I gotta get that Sara Lee honey top bread. You know, I want to get it. He'll say,
I think you're smoking it.
yeah, call him up. He'll tell you, yeah, I like that stuff. Then he likes the raisin bread, you know, that cinnamon raisin bread.
Oh, it's twisted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Toast. Put some butter on, some more cinnamon. A little cinnamon sugar.
Okay, so I'm not really smelling anything remarkable here, just kind of regular.
I'm smelling something that doesn't even smell like Colt 45.
Now, do they still make the Colt 45 double malt? Do they still make Colt 45 high gravity? This we don't know. We never got them in Louisiana anyway, so we've only ever gotten this one. Now, the distribution for Colt 45 went to basically nothing the last few years. Couldn't get it. So maybe with City Brewing, we'll start getting this stuff again.
I was getting Colt 45 up, yeah, that's right, up to about 2 summers ago. I was getting 40s.
And then it just died.
Found it up in the hood.
So maybe with City Brewing, the distribution will get much
I
better.
thought the store closed. I thought they deported those people.
All right, let's go with the taste.
Cheers.
Interesting.
This ain't Colt 45.
It doesn't taste the same, but I like the taste on the third or fourth can. The first can I was shocked and I was very disturbed. The second can I started coming around to it.
I'm disturbed.
Now I'm really starting to like it a lot, but it took me a while to get adjusted. Same thing happened with the Pabst Blue Ribbon and the new Schlitz. It just threw me for a loop. But now I'm starting to say, It's almost like City Brewing told Pabst, no, it needs to be done this way. And Pabst was like, all right, as long as the price is low. Because Miller had the contract for 20 years, and I think they were making them all taste like Miller beers.
Hold on. All right. Colt 45 used to have like this undertone of an ice beer.
to me they just all tasted nice, but they all tasted like Miller beers, you know. But then Pabst and Miller got in this big throwdown, accusing each other of stuff, and so they were like, bye, we're leaving, and Miller was like, good, we didn't really want you anyway.
Miller doesn't exist anymore either as a company.
It's part of Molson Coors, right?
As a brand. That does exist.
Right, yeah, so they got into it with really actually Molson Coors, you're right. And they accused them of intentionally lowering production to hurt them. And of course Molson Coors said, that's not true. We just obviously going to make our beers first, and when we have leftover time, we'll do yours. And then Pabst was saying, you're just lying because you're trying to, we can't get it to the market because you always saying it's delayed, and they had a lawsuit, but they settled out of court. But then they went to City Brewing, and that's the big contract now, and they get along better. It seems.
So I did try the Pabst Blue Ribbon from this company, and I did like that. Now Schlitz is coming out of this company too, and I did not like that one.
It grew on me. By the time I was finished with the 12 pack, I was like,
on you. Did the extra $2 a 12 pack grow on you too?
but it's been $11.99 the 12 pack for like 4 years.
Negative Coors Rotter, it was $9.99.
Well, in my time,
$9.99 right across the river from you is $9.99. I call you all the time and say, hey, they got it for $9.99.
I've been paying $11.99 here for a good long while. Funny thing is,
you were probably paying $10.49.
the price went up over a year. It was $9.99, it was $10.49, then it was $11.49, and then $11.99. So everything keeps going up. Okay, but funny thing is, Pabst bought the old Miller Brewery in Irwindale, California, and now they had a brewery again, but then they immediately sold it to City Brewing. City took it over. Okay, so I think this beer is probably coming from Memphis, Tennessee. That would be the closest brewery from them to us.
So if we did a blind taste test and you asked me what beer this was, I would not be able to tell you what it is. It's just, it's a generic store brand beer is what this is. It's almost like, remember when you've grown up, you go in and it have all generic, everything was white, or in some cases, you went to some stores and it was yellow labeled.
It was called beer.
It was just called beer, it was called light beer. That's what this is.
Yeah, but that was
if you get that Costco beer,
those were Falstaff.
This is probably Costco beer.
I think Falstaff made those. I like the honey-like flavor to it. It's got no kind of bitterness. It's got a pretty full body. It's different. If you are used to Colt 45 of the years ago, you can just write that off. That's over. This is a whole new thing. In fact, I need to go in the next few weeks and try to find Old Milwaukee and see how that's changed. I can go to Star and find Old Milwaukee.
I bet you it doesn't taste as great as its name anymore. All right, kids, let's really talk about this for a minute, okay? You put out a product with an old label, okay? You're trying to call it Colt 45. You pick it up, you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting Colt 45. What I just drank was not Colt 45. Was it a bad beer? No. Did it knock my socks off? Forget about it. Not happening. It's just a generic store brand beer. It does have all those characteristics that you were talking about, the light honey, the breadiness. It was an easygoing beer, but everything that I like about Colt 45 is not in this beer, and I really wish that they would bring it back and make it better. Some of us like the old beer taste, almost where it had almost like that staleness to it and that heavy corn flavor. Not really getting this off of this one. This is just it's changed, and I'm not really getting a change. I'm not liking it.
I forgot to change my cap, so I had to go get my cap.
You're kidding. You stopped in the middle of the video to change your cap.
Well, because people might say, well, weren't you wearing the same cap as the last video?
Who cares?
Are you feeling all right? You okay?
Somebody a little vain today. Go ahead.
Not vain.
I wear the same shirt the entire time.
Okay, it's different. I like it. I wasn't a Colt 45 fan ever in my life. I just would buy it because they would always change the label, so I would buy it to
It's not Colt 45. It may be a good beer, and in some cases it is, taste-wise, but it tastes like a generic store brand beer to me. This is not sticking out in any kind of way.
I never thought Colt 45 stood out anyway. Me, personally, I just thought it was nice.
Because you don't understand Colt 45. And if you don't understand Colt 45, you're not going to get Colt 45. Colt 45 is a very good beer. What this is, and look, it even has the word original on it. What in the world? Lose that like y'all took over Winn-Dixie and took pharmacy off the labels. Take that off the label.
Call it new and different. All right,
Call
so
it experimental.
I'm gonna give it a B, 86 out of 100. I think it's good, but you know, it's no big deal to me. If they change the label, I'll get the new cans and bottles just to put in my collection. But otherwise, I saw it at Walmart in my town. I'd never seen Colt 45 at Walmart, and I saw City Brewing, and I was like, "Yep, I'm buying it." It was, you know,
Let's make it Old English now.
Oh, well, Pabst sold that to Miller years ago. Old English is Miller.
So Miller's
Molson
still
Coors-
making.
Molson Coors, Miller, Brewing, whatever.
They're
yeah.
still making Old English.
Oh yeah, well they own the brand.
The OE 800.
They own it. Yeah, of course they're
Oh,
making
well, it's probably still as good as the last time I got it.
I could-
Mickey's
I
is
could-
better. I know I'm going along the lines of malt liquors, but to me, this was a
it.
malt
Well,
liquor
Mickey's
in
is
disguise.
Mickey's is another one.
Mickey's is good.
Well, Mickey's was sold to Miller also. Pabst sold Mickey's, Hams, and Old English to Miller Brewing.
Miller, you're doing a good job. Doing a good job, Miller.
Molson Coors, Miller, same company. Anyway, there is a Miller brewery. It's Miller Brewery in Fort Worth, Texas, and there's a Miller Brewery in Milwaukee, but it's owned by Molson Coors. That's the whole.
I know
that's the
you
story.
said that about 5-6 times this entire video.
I just want to try to prevent confusion, but maybe I'm increasing it. Anyway, I'm not upset about this. I'm just a little surprised. No, I'm not surprised because I know City Brewing makes strange products. So no, it's just what it is. Oh well. That's it. I don't know what number you give it.
It's not a bad beer. I'm actually going to give it a high score than you did. The only thing that's misleading is that you put it in a label of a beer that doesn't match the beer. The beer itself, i.e. mystery beer, which is in here, is actually pretty good. I'll give it a not skunked, light, alcohol is disguised. I'll give it a 91. I think it's actually a pretty good beer. It's just not Colt 45.
So you think the label should say Colt 45 new and different?
Something like that.
All new, all different.
Yeah, I mean, don't call it, don't advertise it as the old product and expect the people to buy it and think it's the old product. It's not.
All right.
That's all. That's my whole argument right there.
All right, so Laissez Les Bon Temps Relais, we liked it, but we had a lot of controversy with it, and we're gonna end this review by saying y'all go to Memphis, Tennessee, and tour the City Brewery, which used to be called the Schlitz Brewery.
Drink better beers, kids.